So, we're officially halfway through this NBA season, and so far it's been one of the best seasons I've seen in a while. The league is stacked right now, and I can only imagine how crazy things are about to get come playoff time. And I'm happy to say, I honestly have no idea who is going to win the 2024 NBA championship. There are many teams in contention and somewhat favorites, but there are also plenty of dark horse teams that could go on runs and surprise everybody. So, to decide who is going to win the NBA championship this year, I'm going to go through the top 10 teams in each conference because the top 10 will make up the playoffs and the play-in tournament if the rankings stayed the same after this video, and I'm going to rank these teams in order of the possibility they have to win. Starting with number 20, the Chicago Bulls. Talent-wise, the Chicago Bulls have all the makings of a decent playoff team, but the drama they've gone through with Zach LaVine wanting to be traded and them making no trades, King of the Fourth Quarter pretty much put all of the problems and frustrations of being a Bulls fan into one video. If you haven't seen this, I go check it out. They definitely have the talent to win a playoff series, but I'm ranking these in order of possibility of them actually winning the title this year, and I genuinely do not think they have a chance. Number 19, the Orlando Magic. I'll start this one off by saying that Paolo is far and away the most underrated player in the NBA, and it sucks that he's stuck on a team like the Magic nobody cares about. As I'm recording this, they're the 8th seed, and they honestly have nothing going for them besides Paolo, and I'm not going to sit up here and lie and say that I'm fully up to date on the state of the Orlando Magic right now and how good they've been playing, but it only takes 2 eyes to see that they aren't going for gold anytime soon. Number 18, the New Orleans Pelicans. I think the Pelicans are a team to look out for in the future, but as of right now, they haven't shown me much to believe that they can beat the best teams in the West and make their case as a championship roster today. The trio they've got of Zion, Ingram, and CJ McCollum is cool, but not one I honestly think can take it to that next level. Herb Jones has been a really solid player for them as well and a defender, and they're a good team with a pretty decent record, the 5th seed in the West while I'm recording this, but they aren't winning anything. Number 17, the Atlanta Hawks. Just a few years ago now, Trae Young led the Atlanta Hawks to the Eastern Conference Finals, and the sky seemed like the limit for him. But since that point, the Hawks have basically only gotten worse, and the state of that team is very uncertain right now. Trae Young is still playing at a very elite level right now, playing alongside DeJounte Murray, and everybody else on the team is still young and evolving, but I could definitely see Trae Young wanting to get out of Atlanta as soon as possible. Number 16, the Los Angeles Lakers. It's crazy to say this with 15 more teams to go, but this is where we're actually getting into the space of teams that at least have a legitimate chance at winning it all. Which is good for the Lakers because they at least have a chance, but also the fact that I can name 15 other teams with a higher chance to win it all, in my opinion, that's where it gets rough for the Lakers. They still have 2 top 10 players in the league right now, LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and they have plenty of talent on their roster. Players like Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, Taurean Prince, Jared Vanderbilt, they have a lot of talent, but putting the talent together and making them a great team is a whole other challenge. And it seemed to be the biggest challenge for the Lakers these past few years. I'm not quick to count out the duo of LeBron and AD just yet, but they're currently a play-in team and their chances don't look great. Number 15, the Golden State Warriors. A dynasty that once terrorized the NBA, today seems to be on its last legs. Steph Curry is still playing great, it's just the people that are surrounding him that have made this season a train wreck for the Warriors. From Klay Thompson forgetting how to shoot, to Draymond Green beating everybody up, it's just been chaos, and it's the best way I can explain the Warriors season this year. But like I said for the Lakers, they're a very hard team to count out when you've seen what they're capable of. Number 14, the Dallas Mavericks. The Mavericks have been on a tear recently. The duo of Luka and Kyrie has been unstoppable offensively, and Derek Lively has been a great center for him. Luka Doncic has been playing at a historic rate for a very long time now, and I'm sure there will be a point in his career where he's winning multiple championships, but as of right now, the Dallas Mavericks just don't have enough to beat the best teams in the West. But Luka has also turned up in the playoffs and led the Mavericks to beat teams like the Suns before, so they're also not a team I'd like to count out. Number 13, the Philadelphia 76ers. A team that has seemed to be in contention for a while now. They should have been able to at least win one, but by the way they're looking right now, I can't imagine they're going to win anything come playoff time. You could argue that the Harden trade helped them and that it gave Tyrese Maxey his chance to shine, but now seeing how good Harden's playing, the trade doesn't look great in hindsight. Joel Embiid has missed a bunch of games due to injury, and I just feel like with how many great teams are in the East, this is not the Sixers' year. But I've got them higher than a lot of other teams just based off the fact that they have been contenders in the East for a while now, and Joel Embiid has been playing at an MVP level when he's healthy. Number 12, the Sacramento Kings. One of the more underrated dark horse teams in the league, led by De'Aaron Fox. They're currently the 7th seed in the West and one of the best offenses in the NBA. We also saw the Kings go head-to-head with the Warriors in a 7-game masterclass in last year's first round, so the Kings are no joke, and if they end up making a deep playoff run this year, don't be surprised. Number 11, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Another underrated team, this time from the Eastern Conference. If you didn't keep up with the NBA often, you'd probably never know that the Cavs are the 2nd seed in the East right now. But they are, and they've been an amazing team. Donovan Mitchell has been playing great, and they're overall just a really good team. They lost in the playoffs last year to the Knicks, but if they can continue this level of play, I wouldn't be surprised to see them at the top spot. Number 10, the New York Knicks. The Knicks have improved a lot from last season, with Jalen Brunson becoming a big name in the league and easily one of the best point guards in basketball. You also have players like Julius Randle who have been all-star caliber players for a few years now, and it's crazy thinking the Knicks actually have a decent chance to do very well in the playoffs after so many years of disappointments. Number 9, the Minnesota Timberwolves. This one may be a hot take to some of you because they're currently the best seed in the Western Conference, but we have seen plenty of teams with great records not translate that production in the playoffs. Anthony Edwards, Cat, and Rudy Gobert have been playing amazing, and they're the number 1 seed for a reason, but putting them in that top conversation this early is crazy to me. Number 8, the Indiana Pacers. A very dark horse team in the NBA right now, and yet a team I wouldn't be surprised to see win a series or two. Tyrese Halliburton is having a breakout season, even leading the Pacers to the final game in the in-season tournament. They are the 6th seed in the East right now, and I just know that they're going to be a very hard team to stop, especially after they got Pascal Siakam on the team. That duo is insane, and they still have one of the best shot blockers in the league in Miles Turner. Their chances aren't great, but they're better than you think. Number 7, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Based off their record and the abundance of talent on their team, it's hard to not put them in that top conversation, but I really do think that they're still young and inexperienced when it comes to the playoffs, and seeing them win it all is a stretch for me. SGA has been playing at a MVP level this year, showing zero signs of slowing down. The rookie Chet Holmgren has been everything as advertised and better, and they just have a very solid core. Anything's possible, but I think the Thunder are just going to get some experience these next few years, and then eventually they'll get to that championship level. Number 6, the Miami Heat. If there's one thing to keep in mind going into the playoffs, it's to not count out the Miami Heat. Last year they were a play-in team and somehow made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and for the past 2 playoffs, they've made it to the conference finals each time. I still have my doubts about the Heat, but if you want to bet on a dark horse team in the playoffs, it's the Miami Heat. Number 5, the Phoenix Suns. Probably the most deadly offensive trio in the NBA with Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. This team is stacked. Going into this year, the Suns seem like the favorite, and while they're obviously still in that top conversation, they aren't as high as you think. They're the 8th seed in the West right now, but the 5th through the 8th seed are all in between 32 and 34 games won, so the record isn't a great representation of how good they really are. I feel like they're either going to make it to the second round and lose, and injuries are going to derail them and stuff's just going to go wrong, sort of like it has during the season, or they can make it to the finals and win it all. Number 4, the Milwaukee Bucks. Easily a favorite team to win it all in the East, and a team that's going to be very hard to stop, especially with a duo like Dame and Giannis. The Bucks have already won a championship just 3 years ago, and they've been towards that top point since. Last year losing the worst way yet, going into the playoffs as the 1st seed and losing to the 8th seed. But after they got Dame on the team this year, you can see how much they've improved. They haven't improved as much as some people would have expected, leaving some to say that they're overrated and not going to do well, but I disagree. And if they don't win it this year, I truly believe we'll see this team win a ring in at least 3 years. Number 3, the Denver Nuggets. The current reigning champions, the Denver Nuggets are easily one of the top 3 best teams in the NBA. Winning back-to-back rings is difficult, but Nikola Jokic is still playing at his typical MVP level, and nothing from the roster has really changed much. It's just the fact that there are teams that I believe will have a better chance to win it all this year, and it's going to be very hard for them. So, with those out of the way, I'll just start off by giving my picks for the finals this year. I believe that the Boston Celtics are going to make it out of the Eastern Conference, and the Los Angeles Clippers are going to make it out of the Western Conference. The Celtics have had far and away the best record in the NBA this season, and adding players like Porzingis and Jrue Holiday to the team has made a big difference. The Celtics have been right there in contention for a very long time now, and it's, in my opinion, now or never for the Celtics. Jason Tatum is the best he's ever been right now, and they were in the conference finals last year and lost by a game, and they were in the finals a year before. In my opinion, it would be catastrophic for the Celtics team to lose again this year, especially for the duo of Tatum and Jaylen Brown. They have the talent and all the experience to be able to win it this year. It's just about showing out and getting the job done, and potentially getting through a team like the Clippers. I can honestly say I was very wrong about how this Clippers team was going to be. They have truly exceeded all expectations placed upon them. Harden is looking like his old self again, the duo of PG and Kawhi is still great, and it seems like Russell Westbrook really found himself again. The stats may not show it, but he has been very important to this Clippers team, and they are on fire right now. Again, predictions are predictions, and this could all totally be wrong, but I'd be very shocked if we didn't see a Celtics versus Clippers finals this year. On one hand, the Celtics need this title badly after so many years of being right there and not winning it. But on the other hand, the Clippers have 3 all-time players in James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Paul George who have had great careers but never won a title, and this could change all of their legacies completely. And they already have a 2-time Finals MVP in Kawhi Leonard on the team. And if he won another Finals MVP for the Clippers, he'd be with LeBron James as the only players to ever do that. The history that could be created simply by the Clippers winning is enough to me to at least root for them, but I could also very easily see the Celtics winning and Tatum winning his first ring. And with all that being said, my final prediction is the Los Angeles Clippers winning the finals in 6 games. But that's all I've got for today. Thank you all for watching. Let me know in the comments below who you think is going to win the finals this year. And with that being said, I'm out of here, and I'll see y'all.